What's good, Shellitronnn here. You can call me Shells, and I'm back again with a brand new video. And I'm gonna keep it a Bowberry biscuit. I know y'all know the news. And if you don't know the news, ooh, it's so good for me to be the one to break it to you. Let me throw up the words of Adam Schefter himself, who tweets, Cam Newton contract terms up to $10 million for the rest of the year. Includes $4.5 million fully guaranteed plus $1.5 million roster bonus per source. And if we're talking about Cam Newton contracts, then what does that mean? Show him the tweet that should have been the first one I showed right here from the Carolina Panthers. You already see what it says. We agreed to terms, baby. Cam Newton is back. Right now is a time for celebration. Because, let's be honest, this is a move that yesterday I would have said never would have happened. In fact, I wouldn't have believed that Cam would have even picked up his phone. I honestly believe that Cam would have just said, what the hell is this man doing on my phone? And just look away and keep going about his business. Because I didn't think that he would ever come back to Carolina. I'm surprised that David Tepper actually he swallowed his pride and was able to call Cam and get him in the building. And these details on his contract are impeccable. I have no idea how he finessed this. You pick up the phone and say, look, before you say a single word, you gotta have to drop a bag on me. You picked up Teddy Bridgewater. Y'all picked up Teddy Bridgewater, and then you traded for Sam Darnold. Remember that? Remember how you traded for Sam Darnold, right? You traded for Sam Darnold, right? Y'all got Panthers Twitter arguing about how good Teddy Bridgewater is. That's how bad your situation is. You have people bickering back and forth on Twitter talking about, I need to hear someone say a good word, say a nice word about Teddy Bridgewater. That's the position you're in right now, Panthers, and I need my bag. And lo and behold, the Panthers said, yes, sir. Yeah, anything you want, sir. Anything you need, sir. These boys got him up to $10 million for the rest of the year. We're about halfway through. $10 million for the next, 8-9 games? That's huge. That's huge. It's 8 games, by the way. But that's huge. 8 games, $10 million, or it's up to. 4.5 fully guaranteed. So let's say fully guaranteed money. This would have been like a $9 million fully guaranteed year. $4.5 million for 8 games in a 17-game season. Hey, I do a lot of things for $4.5 million. I do a lot of things. I ain't gonna lie to you. But for Cam, coming off of a $1 million year with the Patriots, getting cut just earlier this year, and then not getting very many calls. I know y'all was talking about how he got calls, how he said he got calls. I won't lie to you. When Cam was doing all that talking, it was very hard for me to tell what was real, what was, in his head, and what was being blown more out of proportion than what reality would have been, because it was hard keeping up with Cam in some of those sit downs. I will not lie to you. Okay? That's how I felt about it. But enough about that. The man got $4.5 million fully guaranteed, $1.5 million in a roster bonus. That's already $6 million. And I'm sure the rest of that $10 million from the 4.5, the other $5.5 million is crazy stuff. He could make, we could make a cool $8-9 million playing 8 games back in Carolina, which is his home. Okay? Let's be real. This is where Cam's home is. It's just a plain sitting fact. Now, it may look a little different. Okay? From the top down, it may look a little different than when he was last here. But the stadium's still the same. Well, we have turf now. But the stadium is still the same. We have that MVP section of the stadium that got changed for MLS. But the stadium's still the same. You feel me? The place is still the same place. Uptown Charlotte. This is the house that Cam helped build. I still got love for Jake Delhomme, I won't lie to you. But the point is that Cam is finally back where he needs to be. Now, I am going to talk about a couple things here that need to be talked about, okay? These are things that Panthers fans have to face. I know this is a happy moment, but we have to acknowledge that these things are happening right now. The O-line is garbage. O-line's garbage. No other way of putting it, the O-line is not very good. Robbie Anderson got a bad attitude. Whether it's toward Sam, whether it's just toward him dropping the ball, whether it's toward, I guess, him just regressing. Some of that's on Sam. Not all that's on Sam, though. We can all agree on that. C-Mac, I hope he stays healthy. Okay? People got some problems with Joe Brady. Okay, you know what? It's not about Joe Brady. I think the biggest thing for me is that from the very top down, a lot of fans didn't really like anything from David Tepper, Scott Fitterer, Matt Rule, Joe Brady. Phil Snow still get love. The defense is hell. Our defense is hell. So Phil Snow, he's in a different section of the offices. He's over here. We flood in this section. I felt a certain type of way about Cam coming back because I felt like everyone agreed that from the top down, the organization just did not know what it was doing. There was big questions from acquisitions to play calls to time management to a lot of different things that made me feel like if Cam comes back here, and this is going to be, I think, his last chance to really prove himself in a place he's familiar. Lights are on. Probably won't be playing against the Cards in the next couple of days. But this is going to be, I think, his probably last shot to really prove he's an NFL quarterback. And I've thought to myself, it's going to feel really weird bringing him back into a situation that might be a little bit worse than the one he left the first time. And this being the last thing people see, or this having to be the last impression people get before they write the book on Cam Newton for the rest of his life. I think he's up to the challenge. I just hope that our head coach and our offensive coordinator are both up to the challenge. Because it's going to be a challenge. And to his credit, I don't think Cam would have wanted it any other way. The dude loves the challenge. You see how he acts. You see how he is. I think he can bring a new energy, not into the field, but to practice. Maybe bring some new ideas or bring some old ideas back to the playbook. You can open up the playbook. I want to see just how athletic he still is, just how durable. I want to see what the play calling is, because are we going to be calling these design runs? Is he going to be getting 11? Let's call it 8 design runs a game? How willing is he going to be to keep his eyes upfield and make a pass rather than, run for it? What about goal line situations? What are we doing with our running backs? What exactly will the scheme be? Because obviously the scheme is different for Cam Newton than it would be for a Sam Darnold or that other dude who was only ever good in his life in the XFL. Okay, so understand how that works. I'm very curious to see just how we use Cam Newton in this scheme. I promise I don't got COVID, but I'm really glad Cam Newton got that injection. I'm real glad he got immunized. I'm real glad he got vaccinated, because that man would not be on this, not on the field yet, but he would not be on this team if he did not get that vaccination. That boy said, I ain't want the vaccination. I don't want it. Then he got cut. He said, okay, hold up now, y'all. I can get the vaccine. I can get the vaccination now. I can get the vaccination now. I'm gonna go ahead and do it. Okay? So he did that. I'm glad he's in the squad. He won't be one of these dudes who is going to be like a distraction or or someone needs to be put to the side and have special rules against him because he doesn't have the vaccination and all that kind of stuff. So that's really good to see. You don't want your new quarterback, who's your old quarterback, coming through and having to deal with those kind of issues. I think the locker room is going to respond very well to him. I want to see how it's going to be, though. I want to see how it's going to be, with the coaches. But there is pressure on Cam to perform. All this happiness, all this hoopla, everyone doing the pool paddles, doing the stanky leg, hitting that, I understand it. But there is a lot of pressure now, because this move right here tells fans, tells the players, tells the NFL, and by extension, reporters, that the Panthers are trying to seriously win. You don't bring in Cam Newton for $10 million to maybe just miss the playoffs. He's here to get us into the playoffs. And that's a full stop right there. You don't bring in Cam Newton for up to $10 million and $6 million guaranteed if your goal is not to make the playoffs. And whether you want to blame it on him or the coaches or whatever, if we don't make the playoffs, it's going to be a very, very serious issue. In fact, I want to see how fans react if that doesn't happen. But I want to stay positive here, but at the same time, acknowledge the pressure, acknowledge the narrative, acknowledge what is going to be said if certain things happen and what is not going to be said if certain things don't happen. But overall, man, this is a big day. This is huge news. I'm going to stay positive. I'm going to stay 100% positive about all of this because, look, it's just better being positive. What up, Claire? I know Claire. If y'all know who Claire is, get to know who Claire is. But it's just still a really big day for the Panthers. Big day for Cam. Big day for the organization. Hey, Claire. And this is going to be, I think, a good step in the right direction. I hope he has the right pieces around him to actually succeed, because I'm looking for an O-line at some point. But for right now, that is all I got for you, man. Let me know all y'all thoughts, and I know y'all got some thoughts in the comments below, and you already know to do with that like button.
Cheers to you, appreciate the chance. Being told y'all I been the man. Being told y'all I had the gift. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Real ones gonna recommend. Count this as another win.